What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
I wanted to take a second and talk about these bronsexuals. That's what the majority of the people call them. The hardcore, obnoxious, unreasonable LeBron fans, the worshipers, the gobblers. They're part of the cult. I call them Brongoblins. Little ghoulish creatures that worship minions, do everything for this guy. So when you hear the term Brongoblins or Brongobs, that came from me. Alright, let's spread the word about the Brongoblins. But anyway, this happened a while back. But I wanted to do content on it before, but I never got around to it. So recently I had made a comment about Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James. And some guy on Instagram who is a LeBron James lover, but also self-identified Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant hater, decides to go and put my profile up on his story and what I said and call me out like I don't know basketball. Because I said when they played each other, I know LeBron has a winning record, but one-on-one scenarios, Kobe cooked LeBron James. Cooked him. Offensively and defensively. It wasn't close when they were matched up on each other. That's a fact. And I watched it and I saw it. And I get it. The Cavs and the Miami Heat beat the Lakers more than the Lakers beat them. Get it? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about LeBron could do nothing with Kobe Bryant. Anyway, he didn't like what I had to say. But then that made me think about an altercation. I'm not going to talk about that. But that made me think about an altercation that I had with somebody I actually know here in Japan. It's an American. But I had put up a post, or I had put up a story on my Instagram. And I basically said, another year with a bottom conference finish and another early playoff exit upon us. Year after year. Tell y'all this gonna happen. When LeBron James signed, said, I see one chip and a bunch of down years and drama. This ain't the Eastern Conference. But folks ain't want to hear that. All y'all fake Laker fans, who follows it now? Still Russell Westbrook? This guy then sees that story, my story, and he decides to message me. So he says, wait till I see you. Never talk on Bron. I respond, yeah, aight. He responds, better not be out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a threat. I see that as a threat. Like he telling me on site, I better not be out tonight because if he see me, it's on site. If you don't know what on site means, that means he plans on pulling up on me, walking up on me, and about to do whatever he feel like he needs to do. Fight, argument, whatever. Okay? Now, the funny thing is, I didn't even know this guy was a Brongoblin. I didn't know he was a bronsexual. I've never talked basketball with this guy. Ever. It's a younger cat in his 20s. But I've never talked basketball with this guy before. Ever. So for him to respond that way, I was like, oh my God, you are a Brongoblin. Are you for real? And he can't even come to the table and say, because I didn't say anything that wasn't true. And that's what hurt him. Because he couldn't even be like, oh, you're wrong. Let me explain this to you. Let me give my argument. He's just mad because the truth hurts. He can't accept it. So he wants to get aggressive with me. This is typical, normal behavior from Brongoblins. This is the kinds of things they do. They switch up narratives. They revise history. They push the agenda. They have no foundation which to stand on. They have no backbone. But they will result to name-calling, theatrics, violence, threats, or just Google LeBron stats, statistics, counting numbers, and show them to you as if that's supposed to win them an argument? For somebody that I've known for a couple of years now, somebody that tells me, bro, I look up to you like a brother. I look up to you. I look up to you. To see me post factual information regarding LeBron James and to get so upset in his feelings and unable to accept the truth, somebody that says they look up to me like a brother would then threaten me. Tell me, I better not see you out tonight. Never talk on LeBron. Never? This is the logic of the Brongoblins. You are not allowed to criticize this guy. Anybody who criticizes this guy is wrong. You can criticize every other player in the NBA. You can harshly criticize any NBA player that they deem a threat to LeBron James's legacy. You can talk shit about them all day. You can criticize them all day. You can switch up, revise history about those players all day long. But you better not say a damn thing about LeBron James, because apparently this guy is the epitome of perfection. He is perfect. He can do no wrong. LeBron James. I don't be making this up, man. This is all true. These kinds of things happen. There are people like this in the world. Brongoblins. These guys are sick and twisted in the head. See, when I tell you this, and other YouTubers tell you this, the small community that we have, spread the truth about LeBron James, y'all think we hating? We ain't hating. And half the time, we out here talking about the media and the people that are helping push this agenda more than we talk about LeBron himself. And he does have his quirks and his things that we get on, but a lot of times it's the BS. Why are you making stuff up? Why are you lying about this guy? Why are you tearing down past players? Are you so insecure about your king's legacy, that you have to take these lengths to try to prove a point or manipulate people? If you had absolute confidence, if you believed LeBron James is the GOAT and as great as you say he is, then you wouldn't have to make things up. You would feel comfortable with what he did. You would feel comfortable in his legacy and his career. But the fact that you have to push a narrative and an agenda and tear other players down tells me that you really don't believe that he is as great as you try to tell us he is. Because we let our players, if you're a Jordan guy, you don't have to tear down other players. When they do it, it's usually in self-defense because LeBron people are constantly on attack mode. But we're comfortable. I could let their career and their accomplishments speak for themselves. But the fact that you got to constantly make stuff up and target other players and fan bases unsolicited tells me a lot. And it says a lot about you, how you really feel about LeBron James. It says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot about how you really feel about LeBron. Because if he is as great, if his legacy is so amazing, if his career is so amazing, you would not have to do these kinds of extra antics. You could just take the legacy, let's just say that's your chips on the poker table, and push him out to the middle. That's it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to add anything. You don't have to tear down other players. You don't have to make things up about him. You don't have to make excuses. But you do. But they do. They do. It's crazy. I wonder where they get it from. I wonder, the guy that never takes accountability and always making excuses, yeah, you wonder where they get that type of behavior from. None other than their king. Another thing about these guys, they cannot be objective for the life of them. They are so supremely biased, so supremely dedicated to the agenda, the cause, the mission, the vision. They cannot, for a second, put their bias aside and say a single thing objective. They cannot. I'm a Kobe Bryant guy. I love Kobe. He's my favorite player of all time. But I do not think Kobe Bryant's the GOAT. I don't. All right? But I can sit here and tell you and openly talk about and feel comfortable with Kobe Bryant's failures in his career, his mess-ups, his fuck-ups. I can sit here and talk about it. Nobody's perfect. And I'm not going to try to make somebody out to be perfect. That's what Brongoblins do. They want you to believe LeBron James has no flaws. They want you to forget about all the stuff that we saw. We saw with our own eyes. We heard. I can sit here and talk about how there were stretches and moments of Kobe Bryant's career where he was a supreme knucklehead as far as passing the basketball and not trusting people. Those moments existed. Do I think that was the majority of his career? Absolutely not. There were moments, but that wasn't the norm, despite what the legenda is trying to push to you. The Brongoblins, the La Media, I can sit here and talk about Kobe Bryant's air balls as a rookie and give context, but it happened. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to act like it didn't exist. The best thing about failures is that you stand the F up, you learn, you grow, and you come back stronger. That's what makes the story beautiful. I can sit here and talk about Kobe Bryant's performance in the 2004 NBA Finals versus Detroit Pistons. I can sit here and honestly say about my favorite player of all time that Kobe Bryant is a major, he was the primary reason for the Lakers failing to win the 2004 NBA Finals. And I understand GP didn't play that hot, Carmelo was injured, all that. But Kobe Bryant was gunning for an agenda. Kobe Bryant was trying to prove a point. Kobe Bryant played horrible. And he's a big reason why the Lakers lost in the 2004 NBA Finals. I can talk about the failures and be comfortable with it. I can talk about the missed game winners. I can talk about how Kobe Bryant in Game 6 versus the OKC Thunder, who was giving the Lakers fits, Kobe Bryant went for the game-winning shot. I believe it was baseline, fadeaway, bricked it, iron. Pau Gasol grabs a massive, huge offensive rebound, put back off the glass, prevents Game 7. I could talk about Kobe Bryant missing that clutch shot. In that same playoff run, I can talk about Kobe Bryant missing another game-winning shot against the Phoenix Suns. And again, another big offensive rebound, not from Pau Gasol this time, from Ron Artest. Puts it up at the buzzer, off glass, game over. I can talk about that. Be comfortable. Kobe wasn't perfect. I can sit here and openly talk about the 2006 NBA playoffs, Game 7, Phoenix Suns. Kobe stopped shooting, everything involved in that. Whether you want to believe he quit, whether you want to believe he went with the game plan that worked, whatever you want to believe, I can talk about it. It happened. I can talk about Kobe Bryant alienating teammates. I can talk about Kobe Bryant snitching on Shaquille O'Neal. I can talk about all of this, but Bron Goblins can't do that. I feel like they have been genetically enhanced, maybe like their leader, but I feel like they've been like genetically manipulated and they no longer have free will. Maybe a Greg Popovich-like situation. But they no longer have free will, and they are physically and mentally incapable of providing any type of objectivity with LeBron James. Being honest about him. It's crazy. These guys are another breed, people. They are another breed. They are another breed. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they different. They are different. They're different. When it comes to LeBron James, they no longer have relationships with anybody. They no longer have allegiances. Everything's off the table. When it comes to LeBron, they will bulldoze, they will run over, they will backstab, they will do anything to anybody. Dare you say anything about LeBron James? Dare you say anything remotely bad about him? Dare you say when LeBron James goes to bed, he drools in his sleep at night? They will have your head. Dare you say LeBron James slept through his alarm clock? They will have your head. Dare you say LeBron James took a shit and when he was wiping his ass, a little bit of doo-doo got on his thumb? They will have your head. Now, if anybody's interested in finding out what happened, nothing happened between me and that guy. He said I better not be out tonight. Oh, I was out that night. I was definitely out that night. I saw him. He ain't even look at me. Ain't even look my direction. Kept walking. That's what I thought. Didn't want to pull up when the lights was on. Didn't want to smoke. I guess they got that from LeBron James too, huh? He got that from LeBron. That's all I got to say about it, folks. Check out our LeBron James playlist. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. And yet again, killing these Brongoblins. We out, baby.
What the hell is that?